Hi and welcome! In this video I'll be using the slab technique to create a pencil holder out of air dry clay mixed with coffee grounds to add a lovely texture. I'd be so grateful if you subscribe to my channel, and if you enjoy these kinds of videos, please give this one a thumbs up. I started by cutting out paper template, which I'll use to cut the clay slabs for the pencil holder. I made the base 7 by 7 cm and the sides 7 by 10 cm. I trimmed the side panels to the exact width later on, as the thickness of the clay takes up some space along the edges during assembly. I'm using DAS air dry clay and mixing in used coffee grounds. Since the coffee grounds are still slightly damp, they mix into the clay really well. I added them a little at a time until I reached a texture I liked, while making sure the clay remained easy to shape. Then it's a good time to make a slip, so it has time to soak. I took small pieces of the coffee clay mixture, put them into a jar, added water and mixed it together. I let these set while, and I will start working on the holder itself. Next, I rolled out the clay to a thickness of 6 mm. It's a great idea to use guide sticks if you have them to get an even sheet. I cut out the base and 4 side panels. As mentioned earlier, I trimmed the side panels to their final width during assembly. I left the slabs to dry for about 2 hours until they reach a leather hard stage, flipping them over occasionally. At the leather hard stage, they hold their shape and are much easier to attach together. Once the slip had soaked nicely and the slabs were leather hard after about 2 hours, I started to assembling the box. I scored the surfaces to be joined, applied the slip, and rolled out a thin clay coil to press into the seam with a clay tool. As I assembled the box, I trimmed each side panel to the correct width just before attaching it. When the box was completely dry, I sanded the surfaces. First with a coarser 180 grit sandpaper and finally with a 400 grit sandpaper for a smooth finish. It's really important to wear a dust mask while sanding because it gets very dusty. And at the end I carefully wiped away all the dust. I then sealed the box all over with a glossy acrylic lacquer, which really brought out the texture of the coffee grounds. All done, and I think coffee grounds create a so beautiful texture in air dry clay. I'm planning to use this to store my clay tools. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love it if you subscribe to my channel and I'll see you next time.